Hello and welcome back. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Erin.
And this is the Getaways Podcast. I feel like we have to jump into it today because we got a big one.
We got to talk fast because we got so much to talk about. When we took this trip that we're getting ready to tell you about, it was before we moved, so we had extra money coming out of our pockets, and we'll talk about our cheap airfare. But we took a trip like we were rich.
Well, I had also just finished a huge job at work, and it was long hours. I mean, it was a difficult one. And, you know, we deserved a big trip.
We did. And we took it. We took it.
Okay, so we went to Iceland in July of 2016.
Yeah, a year before we moved to Europe.
Yeah, and it's funny because I'd kind of forgotten about it because it was before we moved.
Yeah.
But then once we started talking about it, I was like, oh my God, that was such a great trip and somewhere I would really like to go back.
Yeah.
But it can't possibly be as extraordinary as the first time.
No, it will never be as extraordinary as the first time. So the reason that we even thought about going to Iceland, because I mean, obviously you hear about it and you're like, oh, that would be really cool. But we lived in Los Angeles, not close. And so the reason is because there was some new airline that had just launched called WOW.
Yeah. It was the exact same thing that happened with going to Japan. Because remember, I got some email that popped up that was like, you can fly a round trip to Japan for $400. And then we ended up going to Japan. It was the same thing with this. I got some kind of email from this WOW airline.
$99 round trip.
Now that said, they charged you a landing fee, a charge for your seat, not picking your seat, just a seat. An actual place to put your caboose. And
which for us then, that just was so weird. It was weird, all the little extras, the budget.
Well, yeah.
But now living here, it's not. Like with EasyJet and Ryanair.
Well, landing fee, for the pleasure of landing, who doesn't want to land?
But Schiphol charges that.
I know, but just put it in the ticket.
No, that's true. Oh, no, yeah, no, it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
Your purse was €25 to get it. So it ended up being more than $99 round trip, but it got us.
And they are out of business.
They went out of business within months. It did not work.
But
they stranded people. Remember, they stranded people in Iceland.
Yeah.
They're like, we're out of business.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
But we did not get stranded. We got a cheap fare. We had to, pay for every breath, but it worked.
It worked. And it was a good trip. And we keep talking about going back.
Okay. So we based in Reykjavik.
Yes.
And we got a fantastic Airbnb.
It was such a good, I found it the other day, so I'll put it on the post.
Now, was that expensive? Because that was beautiful and huge. I don't remember.
For what we pay now, it was expensive. I think it was like $250 a night.
Okay.
But we were only there, 3 nights?
Yeah.
4 nights?
4 nights, yeah. But great Airbnb right in the city. So we had easy access to everything. Parking was easy.
So you have to have a car. You can't not rent a car. So we rented a car and parking was so easy. We never parked more than a block away from the house.
Yeah. Well, in fact, we parked so close that Dylan fell asleep in the car, remember? And I had to carry him.
Oh, yeah.
And he was not he was little, but he wasn't that little.
He was 8.
Yeah.
Still,
probably almost as tall as me.
Yeah.
So I know the parking wasn't too far.
It was close. It is, there's hills. It's a hilly country, but parking was so close. The apartment it had a beautiful kitchen and dining room and 2 huge bedrooms.
Yeah.
And a living. It was so nice.
Yeah. My only gripe with that apartment is not a gripe about that apartment, but we went in July, so it was never dark.
It was never dark. They did have blackout shades.
They did have blackout shades, but sleeping was difficult. Getting adjusted to that part of it was difficult. But we started off saying, you know what? We had a long flight. We were on WOW Airlines. And we need a little soaking.
I don't even think we went home for it.
No, I don't think
we went straight from the airport to the Blue Lagoon because it is on the way to Reykjavik from the airport.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something not disappointing.
No.
We did have to buy Dylan a bathing suit.
Yeah. And
did I forget his bathing suit or did we not have the proper kind? I think I forgot it.
I think you forgot it.
And this bathing suits they sell are European bathing suits. So they're short and they're tight.
He didn't care. Now he would care.
Now, he won't swim in France, just at a pool. But they took him. So we had to buy a bathing suit. And I'm going a little bit off topic, but I'll let you get back to it. But he was 8. So he was too old to go into the women's dressing room. So we just sent him into the men's dressing room with some stranger that was just like, I'll make sure he gets out there. got him changed. Well, he changed himself, obviously, and he came out the other end and he was fine.
Yeah. It was strange though, because we're like, there's a bunch of naked people in there. I guess we were like,
that's what Dylan said.
Is he going to survive? So, but yes, the Blue Lagoon is everything you would hope it would be.
Everything.
It is super magical. We were there where it was like, obviously there's steam coming off the water, but it just kind of gives off this like mystical, magical vibe. And then you can walk up to, there's 2 areas that have masks, and you just put on like face masks. Do you know what it is?
It's clay. It's some sort of clay with
Okay.
the minerals, because the water's not clear.
No, it's very cloudy.
And Dylan wasn't tall enough to touch the bottom, so he had to wear floaties.
Yeah, that was mandatory.
Yeah. And because you can't see. Like if somebody's you can't see
right
under there. But it was like a minerality mask.
And normally that would creep you out, but that didn't creep you out there. Not being able to see the bottom.
No, because I could touch.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and it would creep me out if there were
like open water.
Yeah. If it was a lake or a ocean, but they're not putting fish or snakes in there. So no, it didn't creep me out.
Okay. So there's
You know what did creep me out?
What?
The fact that you could walk up bars and people are sitting in warm water all day drinking beer.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. So there's 2 facial mask bars, and then there's like a bar where you go and get your drinks, and you just walk around and have your little drink right there. And it's just, you could spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours there. Okay, so things you should know when you go to the Blue Lagoon. So when you get your admission ticket, you could also rent a robe and slippers. Then there's changing areas for everyone. Then you can go straight out from the changing areas into the water. Then in the main room, like the building structure, there's 1 or 2 restaurants. I think there's like a cafeteria.
The one we ate at, and then a fancy one.
Yeah, okay. And then there's like a shop where you can buy, in case you forget your kid's bathing suit or whatever. The other thing that you should know, which a lot of people I think already do know, but just so that we're clear, it messes with your hair.
Oh, straw.
I mean, she does not exaggerate. Like, it is like you have a straw, like you're a scarecrow when you come out of there if you get your hair wet.
It washes right out.
It washes right out, and it's totally fine. So if you're somebody who worries about that, just make sure you do a cap or put your hair up or whatever you need to do, because I guarantee you will be shocked at how hard your hair gets.
Now, this was not our only time to go to the Blue Lagoon.
Of course not. We couldn't only go once.
I know, but I really wanted to, and we have to go back. But there's all those other, like, out in the wilderness ones that I want to try.
Yeah. Well, I'm certain we will be back.
Yeah. All right. So after that, we headed we headed to Reykjavik. It was from the airport to Reykjavik was like 45-minute drive?
I was going to say an hour.
An hour,
like
yeah.
Not, certainly not much more or less than that, but in that ballpark. Yeah. But wait, we did something before we left the Blue Lagoon area, which I guess we weren't supposed to do, but we didn't know at the time. And that is it's dried lava, right?
I don't think so, because dried lava would be hard. It's like the moss that's on top of the lava.
Okay. So we found out later, or else we wouldn't have done it, but that walking on the moss or like stepping on it is like jumping on a trampoline. Like, it is the oddest experience in the world.
It's like being on the moon, I guess.
Well, I don't think the moon is bouncy because it's rock, right?
But you're bouncy because of gravity, right? Because of no gravity.
Right. But it was just like the most interesting experience.
Don't do it.
Yeah, but it was cool.
As soon as we found out that we weren't supposed to do it,
we stopped. But you'll see this moss everywhere, and it's beautiful, but it's just such a strange thing to think of, like how it got there and the consistency that it becomes. So
I will say that the entire country feels like nowhere else.
Yeah.
Because I feel like once we moved here, you drive through the mountains of Italy or through Germany. It's very similar to the United States. Iceland, not.
Yeah. No, not at all. Okay. Next day.
Okay. Is that all we did on the first day?
Yeah, we were tired. I mean, it was a 10-hour flight
and we went to some restaurant.
Bus seats.
And and we'll get more to it, but restaurants, and in 10 years, it's probably gotten better, or 11 years since we've been there. But food, not so good.
The food is not your bag. It's a heavy fish, and it's expensive.
It's so expensive because everything is shipped in.
Except the fish, right? So, yeah. So it is, I liked it because it was my kind of food, but not for the non-fish lovers.
Yeah. Dylan and I, we ate a lot of fries and burgers.
So then the next day we went for the drive.
Okay.
Which is the Golden Circle, right?
Yeah.
So like Aaron said, we rented a car, and then this drive was like
6 hours.
Yeah, and it's like a self-guided tour, basically, where you're kind of going all around the southern part of the coast. And we saw some cool stuff.
We saw some really cool stuff. The coolest thing, do you know what I think the coolest thing was? I think I've got a video of it.
Getting pulled over?
No. No. We'll get to that because that's much later in the day.
Yeah.
Was when the traffic jam. Do you remember the traffic jam?
Oh, yeah.
We're stuck. Just nobody's moving.
Single lane highway.
Yeah.
And like everyone's just at a standstill.
And we're like, what's going on? What's going on? We look out the window, stick our head out the window, like a pack of Clydesdale horses.
I mean, like probably
Huge.
50.
Yeah.
I mean, are just walking down the road.
Were they walking or were they galloping?
Well, they were, I mean,
They were
it
on
was
the
just,
road.
Yeah, it was just the craziest thing. I mean, we weren't that far from the big waterfall at that point. The
Golfus.
Yeah.
No, was it Gold?
No, it was
the one where you can walk behind
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But yeah, no, that was crazy. And we're like, oh, Iceland traffic. We use that joke quite a bit.
Yeah,
we're going to use it again here.
Yeah, and we'll probably use it next week on social media. So pretend like you didn't hear it.
So anyway, so the Golden Circle takes you through like you see a ton of waterfalls, which we can get specific, but you go through the national park, you see the geyser. I mean, it's like the nature tour of southern Iceland, right?
Yes. And now thinking about it, we did it probably half of the Golden Circle and then the other half of the southern tip. Because the Gullfoss and the geysers are part of the Golden Circle, but the waterfall that you walk behind, which is the Seljalandsfoss, is not part of the Golden Circle.
Oh, okay. Okay. Which is, I think that's where we saw for sure the horses.
The horses.
Yeah.
And that's the road to Vic, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can't remember the exact details order of that day. Can you?
No, not at all. But the takeaway is that it's totally worth doing because you see like Aaron said, there's one waterfall where you can walk behind and like the water's falling in front of you, which is just such a unique perspective. And it's thunderous. I mean, this is not like a dribble. This is like a huge, huge waterfall. And we saw several. I mean, it was like every time you kind of turned around, there was this stunning waterfall. Yeah.
The famous one is called Seljalandsfoss. It also, remember, had the big stairs that led up to the top. It's steep, but that was worth walking up to the top too.
Yeah. And, the geyser was cool. It's not really my favorite. I prefer waterfalls over geysers, but it's so fascinating to just stand there and watch that go off too.
Oh, yeah.
And it went off like several times in our time standing there.
Yeah. And I wanted to correct something. The one where you walk to the top is not the same one you walk behind. It's called Skogavass.
Yes, it is.
I'm not Icelandic. I know it's hard to tell, but.
So and then we stopped and had like a kind of a just off the side of the road lunch that day. Do you remember that place? It was like it felt very, very local. Like I think we were the only creepos that weren't Icelandic. Yeah.
I know where we ate dinner.
Oh, I don't remember.
Right before we got pulled over. It was like weird dinery thing.
Yeah, so maybe it was that. Because it's late all the time, I don't remember which was lunch.
Yeah,
which was
I don't remember where we ate lunch.
But anyway, it was the place that I'm thinking of that you're talking about. It was a very like casual, but you felt like you were in somebody's living room in a weird way because everybody knew each other except us. And then we're like sitting off to the corner.
It felt like a diner, right? Just on the side of the road. Yeah.
Yeah. But
that in my recollection was after a full day, and it's right before we were driving to the Gullfoss. So we done the geysers, and then we were going to that like ditch with the big falls where we had to drive through somebody's property and everything. So weird.
Google Maps led us on a bit of a wild goose chase, but it worked. We got there. It was just, it was a weird.
But it was like 1:00 in the morning when we got to that place.
Yeah.
So we had dinner at this. Okay. So we did the waterfalls, stopped for pictures at like the little fairy houses. There's little well, I don't know what they are, but they're like little hobbit houses all throughout.
And like built into the moss.
Yeah. So we stopped at a lot of picture places, did a lot of waterfalls, did the geysers, had dinner. We're driving from dinner to go to the big Golfus. Like it's the big waterfall, and it's like almost like a Grand Canyon vibe. Like it's huge.
And there's rainbows and there's mist. And I mean, it's totally magical.
So we were driving to go there and we got pulled over. Like there's not a car on the road, nowhere.
A car on the road.
And we get pulled over for like a alcohol check.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very strange. But it was after this will tell you how many people were on the road. So we had been driving for probably like half an hour and hadn't seen a single car. And the landscape is just so quiet and beautiful and just amazing.
Yeah.
And so what's a normal thing to do? You jump out of the car and do a yoga pose.
We saw that on, 10 years ago. Was Instagram even it was.
It was, yeah.
We saw it on Instagram, somebody doing it, didn't we?
I don't know.
And
I don't remember
I was
what
like, Lisa, we got to recreate that.
So, I downward dogged in the middle of the street. It was a highway.
It was a highway. Yeah.
But there was literally
no cars.
No one around.
But so you see why it's weird that we got pulled over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what's the cop even doing out there? There's no cars.
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, so the Golden Circle, the part that we did, everything that we saw, it was a really, it's a lot of driving, but it was a really fantastic way to kind of kick off the first day and get a sense of things and, see all of these amazing parts of nature.
Yeah. So we were literally in the car, stopping at a lot of places, spending time at places, but for at least 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
Totally worth it.
Totally worth it. Okay. And then the next day was definitely worth it.
Was this our splurge day? So this episode's become a lot longer than usual. So we're breaking it up into 2 parts. Come back next week for part 2.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
We'll see you next week. Make sure you check out the website at www.thegetaways.com. Write in. Let us know what you want us to talk about.
Thanks. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.